I recently compared the First Descendant on Xbox Series S versus Series X versus PlayStation 5. All of that footage was at launch, and PS5 was really a mess when it comes to performance. PS5 couldn't hold a solid 60 FPS in performance mode, and it couldn't even hold a solid 30 FPS in fidelity mode. We're talking an average of 24 FPS. The game also constantly crashed when ray tracing was turned on. Well, that video got a lot of attention, and there were two main questions everyone was asking. Number one, what about that 120 FPS or VRR mode? And number two, is the game still a mess on PS5 after the recent update 1.0.1? So in this video, I'm gonna answer both of those questions. Let's first start with that frame generation graphics setting, which only works if you have a 120 Hz display. You also need to make sure it's VRR capable. Now, this isn't a full lesson on how VRR works, but I'll try my best to explain. Some people think these consoles are running 120 FPS when you turn this feature on. That's so far from the truth. With this frame generation setting turned on, the game essentially unlocks the frame rate. So the source, which is your PS5 or Xbox, provides a signal to your TV where the frame rate's all over the place. The FPS counter I'm showing here, that is what the source is. The PS5 in this case is delivering frame rates all over the place. Your VRR display then smoothens all the stuttering, so regardless of those huge fluctuations in the source signal, what you actually see on your TV is silky smooth. That's the magic of variable refresh rate. The big issue with this game is how bad that source signal is. Now, anytime you see a reading of 120 FPS, it's not actually 120. Since VRR only works in the range from 48 to 120, anytime the frame rate dips below 48 FPS, your TV just reads that source as 120. So in this case, that 120 reading usually means the frame rates drop below 48 FPS. As you can see, the source signal for the First Descendant is nowhere near a constant 120 FPS. It's all over the place. It's likely averaging around 70 to 80 FPS at best. So I mean, really, just stop saying the PS5 runs this game at 120 FPS, because it doesn't. The same thing with the Xbox Series X. I captured here the source signal, and you can see similar fluctuations. I will say though, maybe the signal coming from the PS5 is slightly better here, but overall, this is really a bad signal on all three consoles, Series S, Series X, and PS5. And that was really the answer to the first question. Now let's talk about the second question, the recent 1.0.1 update and how it fixes the PlayStation 5 performance issues. Yup, it's true. The new update does patch most of the issues we saw on PS5 at launch. Performance mode now delivers an almost solid 60 FPS. Sure, there are some minor drops of a frame here and there, but now PS5 owners get similar performance to what Xbox Series S and X were getting at launch. And that image quality, it doesn't suffer at all when you compare the update to the launch version. You can see side-by-side comparison of the image quality in performance mode at launch versus the update 1.01, and both look similar. The issues with fidelity mode are also gone. You can turn on ray tracing on PS5 without worrying about crashes. The frame rate now is also locked to 30 FPS as it should be. So major performance issues on PS5 seem to be gone with this new patch. The new patch also brings another graphics mode, and that's balanced. With balance mode, you sort of get the best of both worlds. Resolution and graphic details are on the higher side, similar to fidelity. You can also turn on ray tracing, and the frame rate now gets bumped to 40 FPS. So that's what you need to know about the new update for the First Descendant. Let me know in the comments what you think and if you have any more questions.
Descendant, be careful. Though the signals are being detected from inside the communication center.
Destroy their comms!
These bastards. This doesn't feel like a simple raid. They seem to be after this place.
I detect arcane. The Descendant has arrived. A perfect trophy for Lord Carell. This is Commander Greg. Deploy the assault ship. Eliminate the Descendant.
Reload.
That was the final generator. Ha! I bet they weren't expecting us to use the fuses like that.
Descendant, powerful reinforcements have arrived.
It's okay if I don't remind you what to do again, yeah?